I truly was not feeling inspired when this was told to me in rehearsal. Those types of memories really don't fade in your brain. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Goldie and this is the Lazy Ballerina Club. I am so excited to sit down and film this video today. If you haven't seen Monday's video, you are probably going to be confused. But I just want to take a second and thank every single person that left me a message, a comment, that commented on my Instagram, that texted me, that DM'd me. All of the support surrounding Monday's video. Truly overwhelming. I think that is like the best word to say. I just wanted to take a second and acknowledge that because I was just truly overwhelmed. So thank you again. I really appreciated it. In today's video, I am going to be doing a turning things my ballet teachers have said to me into inspirational quotes video. That is a mouthful, but I think it'll be a good time. So make sure you are subscribed down below, like this video, and let's get inspired from some of my old ballet teachers. I've seen this trend all over TikTok. I obviously have been obsessed with TikTok since COVID has happened and we've been in quarantine. I literally am on TikTok like for hours and hours. It's not like a good look at all, but I thought we could make it into a fun little YouTube trend and bring it onto my channel because some of these quotes that I'm going to share with you today are truly one of a kind. So without further ado, let's start with the first one. I'm already laughing because it's truly one of my favorite moments in my professional career. The first quote says, "You look like an awkward praying mantis." Do I? Thank you. Really appreciate it. This is truly something that I've carried through my professional career. I remember the day. I remember what rehearsal I was in. Those types of memories really don't fade in your brain. I was in snow rehearsal with the whole company of women. I guess in this section of the piece, we were supposed to be doing these balances and we really had to bend our bodies, and this director really was emphasizing our bending like beyond, and ran the piece a million times. We were all exhausted, and then I think it was like the last time we were running the piece before the rehearsal ended, and the ballet mistress literally screamed in front of the entire company of women, "Goldie, you look like an awkward praying mantis. You are not bending your body at all. You're not using your head. You have these long legs, this long torso, the long neck with a tiny head." She didn't go deep into that much detail, but I'm just like telling you what I was thinking in my brain as it was happening. And she called me an awkward praying mantis. And honestly, like looking back now, that's like the truest representation of myself throughout my ballet career. She truly was spot on when she called me an awkward praying mantis. And I mean, this was a very sweet ballet mistress. I really loved her. I guess I truly am an awkward praying mantis, and I am proud to be an awkward praying mantis. Okay, going along with the theme of my sweet artistic staff calling me things and letting me know that I look like certain things amongst the women, this next one is very aligned with the awkward praying mantis, but at the time that I was told this, it was not as funny, it was not as charming, it was not as heartwarming as my sweet ballet mistress. I truly was not feeling inspired when this was told to me in rehearsal. "You are like a big oak tree in a group of willow trees." These artistic staff really are ones with words, to say the least. I really appreciate them giving me that criticism. This was said to me during another Nutcracker rehearsal. This was when I was in my second company program. It wasn't snow rehearsal. I was now in a flowers rehearsal. And once again, this artistic director really wanted us to bend. I guess I just stick out like a sore thumb because I'm just tall and long, and I don't know. For years in my ballet career, I felt like I had like a big bullseye on my forehead, just like ready to get yelled at, but maybe we'll save that for another video down the line. Talk about that trauma. But we were in flower rehearsal, and there was a section in this choreography that we were doing like all of these port-de-bras, and we like really had to bend and like look under the arm and like leave the head back, and we were literally like contorting our bodies because this director just did not think we were bending enough. When you are in Nutcracker rehearsal, you are rehearsing every single day for months and months and months, and the last thing you want to be doing is flower core at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday night. That is like truly like the worst situation you can be in. This sweet director just called me out, and I guess I just looked like a big oak tree and a group of willow trees. And what he meant to say, or what he was trying to say, was that the rest of the girls were bending with the wind like a beautiful willow tree does when it gets a nice breeze, but I was a rock solid big oak tree that couldn't bend at all. It wasn't as charming as the awkward praying mantis, I will tell you that right now. I did not get a chuckle out of it back then, but that is another one that I carry close to my heart now. It's one of those moments where like, I mean, I hope I didn't roll my eyes in front of him, but I was literally just like biting my tongue, because I am not an oak tree. I am a beautiful willow tree, okay? Let's move on. Okay. Next one is definitely a little darker, and definitely, without a doubt, the most direct one that we are going to talk about today. And this was like before my professional career even started, so I was still at my home studio in Los Angeles, and I was still training, and I was super young. I was told, you'll never become a professional ballet dancer with those hands. Excuse me? Okay, here's the thing. I don't have the most beautiful ballet hands. It truly always has been a struggle. If you are a ballet dancer, then you would know how important your hands are when it comes to your dancing. I had spatula hands, and then I had hamburger hands, and then I was trying to like find my way, and then they got soft and weird, or balanchine, and then they were like claw. And then I always had like my thumbs out. I remember my teacher, that same teacher that told me that I would never be a professional with those hands, she put pencils like through my fingers to like shape my hands. She's taped my hands together, and I love this ballet teacher. She was probably right. I still really don't know how I became a professional ballet dancer, and I still got corrections and comments about my hands up until like last year. But it wasn't easy hearing that when I was like a 14-year-old teenager. Even if she was right, she was probably right. This one that I'm about to share with you today is by far my favorite quote from any of my ballet teachers. This is truly a phrase and a mentality that I carry with me throughout my life, and I think I've talked about it already on my channel, but this next inspirational quote it's a classic, and it is, if you don't laugh about it, you'll cry about it. And just a fun little fact, this quote is also coming from the same sweet ballet mistress that called me an awkward praying mantis, and I'm pretty sure she was saying that after she called me an awkward praying mantis. So I think it was like a little 1-2 punch that she hit me in that snow rehearsal. But this phrase, this saying has stuck with me since that day. I say it to my friends. I've said it in rehearsal. I've talked to my teachers about it. It is truly like the golden rule in my brain. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's like a horrifying thing. I'm just like manifesting this right now. I will come out with like a product or like something that has that on it, because that is just like my life motto at this point. which might be like a red flag. But if we really like dive deep and dissect that phrase, I think there's like true power behind it. I am totally the type of person that likes to look at the positive sides of things, to not take anything too seriously. Life is not that deep. And if you are able to laugh at yourself and laugh at your mistakes or your failures, or laugh at a situation and try to find a way to lighten the mood, there's true power behind it. And I'm not saying to avoid the situation or not take it as seriously as you should, but laughter is the best medicine. They do say that. And just remember, did I just forget the phrase? I literally just went like on a 5-minute tangent and I can't even remember what I'm talking about. Am I okay? So if you're new to this channel, I just had foot surgery and I've been on like pain meds. So if I'm like off my rocker, that's probably why. Like, look at this potato. And like my leg is purple because I haven't had circulation in it. So this last quote actually came from my teacher at the Washington School of Ballet. This teacher was definitely a character. He definitely had his like classic sayings and phrases, and he was like historical for like giving us some really good nuggets of wisdom. This was told to me during my first ever professional meeting with the artistic staff, or I don't even think it was artistic staff, it was just like the school staff, so the school director, all of my school teachers, but that was like the first like official ballet progress report meeting. And I'm meaning to do a video on this, or maybe a couple videos on this, talking about those ballet meetings with your artistic staff or your teacher, or just being in an environment where you are going to have to like talk and use your voice, because I remember feeling nauseous before it. I was sweating. I couldn't sleep for days before my meeting. Leave a comment down below if that is something that you are interested in. I think there are some really valuable tools that I have learned in my career that could really help, but getting way sidetracked right now. In my meeting, as like a scared, nervous 18-year-old just moved away from home, desperately wanting to be accepted and liked, my teacher looked at me and he literally said, "Life is hard, ballet is harder, then we all die." And I vividly remember after he said that, he literally threw his head back and laughed like an evil villain. It was probably like the most jarring piece of information that I've ever received in like a professional setting, because when you are in those meetings with your teachers or your artistic staff, you are not like actually there. You are on Mars, you are nervous, you're just waiting for it to be over. You don't even really like hear the information that they are giving you because you're just so stressed and nervous and sweating and trying not to cry the whole meeting. Or maybe that's just me in these meetings. The more I talk about it out loud, the more I'm wondering, like, was I the like psychopath going into these meetings? Because I also remember going into that meeting and I was crying and the whole room of teachers were looking at me like, "Goldie, we like you. Why are you crying right now?" But going back to the quote, he says, "Life is hard, ballet is harder, then we all die." And here I am at 25 dissecting that nugget of wisdom that I was told at 18 years old. I mean, how good is that? Like, he's not wrong. What I'm realizing with each inspirational quote that I'm sharing with you today, that there was some truth to each one. I'm still a little bitter about the big oak tree comment. That one is going to like come to the grave with me because I am a willow tree, okay? And I will say that once again, but I can't tell if you can hear the lawnmower that is going off in the background, but I'm just gonna pretend like you can't and kind of just wrap up this video. I just wanted to sit down and do a fun, lighthearted video after Mondays, because we definitely got heavy, we got emotional, we got real, and I just wanted to bring a fun Friday video for you guys, and leave a comment down below, and I would die to hear some of the things that your teachers have said to you over the years. I'm sure you guys have some good ones, so comment down below and I'll laugh about it instead of crying about it separately. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and again, make sure you are subscribed if you aren't already. Like this video, and I guess I will see you next week. Bye guys.